Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading which is for love. So it is, are you on their mind? Are they thinking about you? What are they thinking about you? That is the topic of this pick a card reading. So we have here these four beautiful groups with four beaded bracelets, which I also do have available on my website as well. Whichever group you're most interested in is going to be the reading for you. You can go down in the description box below and click on the timestamps. It will take you to your reading. I'm also wearing another variation of the adjustable love bracelet here as well, and these are actually handmade beads as well. They are hand painted and they're really special, and lots of people have seen results with the items on my website for different areas of your life. So there's the entire review section, thousands of 5-star reviews, so definitely do check it out if you're interested. Of course, I offer personal readings as well, so private reading information is also down below. They're done within 12 to 24 hours with me, and of course there's the free reading giveaway, and all the information for that is also down below. So we have group 1 with this beautiful pink crystal and the green and pink bracelet, as you can see right here, and these are all listed down below as well, so you can check that out. There's a link there. And then we have this beautiful green crystal with the pink and sort of it's pink and green as well, but a different variation. Then we have the white crystal with the blue, white and green bracelet. And then we also have here the pink and blue bracelet with the blue crystal as well. So they're really beautiful, and it's going to point us in the right direction for your reading. So let's start off first of all with group 1. I'm going to move these other groups to the side. Alright, and we will begin. So everything's always listed down below for your convenience, so you can check it out. And let's begin. Alright. I'm going to leave that there actually. Okay. Group number 1. This is your reading for Are They On Your Mind? So you've chosen the pink crystal, which I'm going to put there, and you have chosen this beautiful combination coloured bracelet. So we will see what's coming through. This bracelet is available on my website. It is adjustable as well, so you can actually pull it and it opens up, and you can close it back up like this. So let's have a look and see if you are on their mind and are they thinking about you. We have lots of message cards, tarot cards, and let's start to see what is happening, okay? Tarot first, let's have a look. Are you on their mind? If so, what is going on in their mind? 7 of Swords, wow. I feel like this person may have somehow not been so honest towards you in regards to their feelings and what they've been telling you. I also feel like the 7 of Swords really does showcase the fact that ultimately they may have betrayed you. For some of you, they may have betrayed you. They may have said one thing and meant the complete opposite. Their heart and their mind may not have been in alignment. So essentially what they've been telling you may not have been so close to their divine self and what they're truly feeling. So that's one thing that I also do pick up here, is that they do have trouble emotionally expressing their feelings and their emotions. Okay, so that's the 7 of Swords. It's the kind of energy of like having your cake but eating it at the same time. It doesn't quite work, and it's almost like they do care about you but they can't fully give to you. And for some of you, you may have this person around, and for some of you, you don't, but still, regardless, they do think about you. They just also feel like they want the benefits of the connection without fully giving everything. Does that make sense sometimes? Like, that's what I'm seeing here. Like, they do think about you. So there you go, Sun. Page of Cups. And you've got there the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so let's just align these. There we go. Let's see what we have here. I'm not used to the love you give me. I don't want you to move on. Okay, so are you on their mind? Yes. Are they thinking about you? Yes. Do they have regret? Also, yes. But how much are they willing to do towards you? That, I think, is the bigger question. Because what it says here is that it's almost as though right now what's happening is that they want to have their cake and eat it at the same time. So they don't want you to move on, yet they can't fully give to you, which is a bit of a contradiction in itself. And then also, they're not used to the love that they give you, hence they're kind of making it seem like, you know, it's what you're giving them is too much when it's not. It's just not that they're used to it. And they may have had some childhood trauma or some issues in their childhood which kind of makes them reject the kind of love that you give to them. But that's, again, not really your fault, and neither is that your problem. Like, let me just, you know, absolutely say that for the record, that that's not your problem. I just feel here in so many ways that they just do not want you to move on. Like, it's very, as you know, it's just simple as that. But also, it seems to me like the more you wait around for them, the more they milk the timing aspect of it, and the slower they, you know, they are to make things happen, for example. And they can be very slow to sort of progress things in the way that is necessary. So what I would say here is that the biggest thing I'll tell you right now is that you are on their mind. It's just that they can't give you what you want at this stage. And that's not your fault. That's the fact that I feel like they're confused, right? They know that they want you, but it's almost like they have this fear and inability to align their heart and their mind at this time to fully progress towards you, right? They really do care about you, but they can't seem to shift that inner feeling of needing to come towards you, being able to come towards you and giving you what you truly want. Like, that is a genuine struggle on their side, which they cannot handle nor understand, which is not necessarily your fault, should I just say. So yeah, the sun here shows that you are absolutely on their mind. They really do feel like you're such a positive force. You are so kind, so caring, so nurturing. Page of Cups here shows that they understand and they see those beautiful qualities that you have to give, but they can't fully act on it, and they find it very difficult to act on those particular aspects, not because they can't, but because they are being held back by fear. So yeah, I guess they can't, but it's more so fear at this time, which will be dissolved with healing as time goes by. So this says here, don't focus on who wants me, I want you. Okay. And the thing here is that they're saying, I don't want you to move on, but at the same time, they're not doing very much towards you to showcase that energy of that. Does that make sense? Like, they're not exactly showing you or telling you that kind of thing. So this also says here, I'd never meant to hurt you. It wasn't you, it was me. So at least they take some kind of responsibility and accountability that they haven't exactly treated you well, and that they should have been much more progressive and definitely a lot more, you know, proactive in their approach of how they were towards you, and essentially what they also like said and did. You know, I think that that's really important and really vital as well, which obviously they just were not able to do. And I think ultimately one of the biggest things that I do definitely see here is the fact that they really do struggle with expressing themselves and their emotions, and they really do feel like that huge like sense of challenge in that sense. I'll just grab some more tarot cards actually. High Priestess. Okay. For some of you, this person may have moved on very rapidly, very quickly, and realised that, oh, this isn't exactly what I want. Nobody really compares to you. Bad decision, bad idea. They could have started speaking to someone and they realised, oh, you're not really like you. But also at the same time, they contradict themselves, I feel, because they're confused, right? Four of Swords. They do think about you when they're alone, okay? So when they're not distracted by things, when they are by themselves, they do think a lot about you, and that triggers them a lot because they start to realise, like, whoa, like I'm thinking so much about you, I can't stop thinking about you, and again, very triggering, very triggering. Then we have here the Knight of Cups, Five of Wands, Five of Wands here really does show that they're very conflicted, and it's almost like on one side they do want to progress things with you, but on the other side their heart and their mind is like, but what if this is too good to be true? Like, you know, you really do like this person, but like, are you ready? You know, so they're telling themselves like all of these things, which keep them held back. Not gonna lie, you know, these are the kinds of things that really do keep them held back, and they sometimes just become, you know, super unsure of what they're like truly doing. And at the end of the day, you know, you really can't make them come forward. All you can do is let them naturally come forward, right? Because I feel like they've definitely had some kind of trauma from their childhood, which has kept them from like really being super progressive. And I think here that they're starting to understand that their childhood has played a huge role in how they view certain things and relationships and connections. And the Three of Cups also shows that for many of them, they have tried to move forward in a way, and what has happened is that they have been held back. And what's also very interesting as well is that they have felt in so many ways that they just were not, you know, prepared, and they have also felt super you know, upset and frustrated and overwhelmed that what they wanted and how they wanted certain things didn't quite go to plan because of that. So yeah, there's definitely a strong energy here of them not exactly feeling good or happy, but I feel like a lot of them sort of made it this way because of past struggles. So they do think about you, you know, and they do think about the fact that you're so kind, that you know yourself, that you are so straight up. Like, I think that because they know that they haven't exactly been the most consistent, one thing they know is that you definitely have a backbone, that you say things as they are, you don't mess around, you don't play around, and that you are very concise. And they have realized just how indecisive they can be when making decisions like this. And so they're starting to really value you a lot higher as well. And sometimes that confuses them, you know, it makes them think like, oh my gosh, you know, is this too good to be true? But then they also realize how much they genuinely like you, and the fact that they may not ever be able to find somebody like you again. So then there's also that, right? There's that sense of like, I may not be able to find somebody like you. I may not be able to come across somebody who is this genuine, this kind, this caring, this understanding, this reasonable. You know, so there is that whole aspect as well, which is very important and also very significant. So it really is one of those things, you know, and ultimately I think the most significant thing here is that the best thing you can really do is look after you and take care of you, put yourself first, and just let them come to you when they're ready. Because I don't think waiting around for them is going to speed up the process necessarily. I think it can make you feel, you know, worse. And I think that ultimately they have everything to prove to you. You don't need to prove so much to them. I feel like they need to come to you, right? So they have regrets, for sure, they do. But they're also trapped in this sort of cycle of fear too, where they're sometimes unsure of what to do, how to do it, what to say, how to say it, and ultimately nobody can do anything about it except for them, which is to be dissolved with healing. So ultimately, they're saying, look, don't focus on who wants me because I want you, okay? So if there has been a third party situation, which I feel could have been the case for many of you, they're saying, look, don't worry about that because it taught me that that's not what I want, right? What I want is you, because you are concise, you're clear, you're really attractive, you're so kind and caring, and I've never had that before. You know, it's triggered a lot of trauma in me because I've never had that kind of love, you know, like I'm not used to that kind of love, like I've never been given that love. You've given me that love and I just never knew how to process it. But now I understand what that takes, and I need to get myself ready for that, and I need to understand more of that in order to be able to treat you so much better in the future. And that is something that's really quite powerful, I would say, is that they're starting to realize, you know, truly what that means. So yeah, it's a powerful energy, I would say, for sure. So yeah, that is basically what I am seeing. Of course, I really hope that this does give you, a lot of clarity. I mean, you really are on their mind. But yeah, that is basically what we do have there. So, of course, if this resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. The bracelets are available, of course, on my website as well. I'm actually wearing a red example here. So they are there, and of course there's the information for private paid readings, reading giveaway, intention items, which are on my website as well. So yeah, definitely do take care as well. So everything is there, and yeah, I really hope that helped you. Alright, so now we go to the next group. I believe this is the next one. Let me just check. Just gotta make sure. Yeah, cool. Alright, so group number 2. Let's have a look and see if you are on their mind. Are they thinking about you? We have got here this beautiful pile. So we've got the green crystal with this beautiful fuchsia and green bracelet, which is available on my website. It's a hand-painted bead. And also I'm actually wearing a red coloured bracelet as well. So if you are interested, they are available. Link is down below. So let's have a look and see if you are on their mind. Are they thinking about you? What is going on? Let's have a look. Okay, so we're going to use tarot cards and message cards to channel the messages coming through from their side, and them. 6 of Swords. Let's see. Okay, so I feel like they're healing from some kind of trauma. Okay, something could have happened recently, but this could also be trauma from childhood. I very much so feel like the 6 of Swords is about emotionally taking themselves to a better place. Strength card here is also an interesting energy, because it shows here that for some of you, there may have been some kind of separation, or they may have been like ignoring you. They still might be, by the way. And it's almost like they try to very hastily, in a rush, run away from things, thinking that, they'll be fine, both of you can just move on. But they took a lot of this trauma with them, and it creates baggage, right? And that baggage has to be healed through healing. The problem here is that they've tried to move forward, and they've sometimes tried to sweep everything under the rug, but just because you do that doesn't mean it disappears. It is always there, and one day it comes to the surface. So, you are on their mind, and I feel like for a while they've tried to pretend like it doesn't matter to them. It doesn't get to them. But I feel like very, very recently they've had an epiphany, and they've started to see the swords appear, right? Those swords that they were sort of hiding are starting to appear. The veil is being lifted off of that. The carpet essentially has been lifted. That's triggering. Okay, let's see. King of Pentacles, they're starting to realize what they are missing out on. And it is really, really triggering for them. It's something that they can't quite understand when in this particular direction. But I feel like for many of them, they sort of cause this energy. So you are on their mind because they're starting to realize that you are the strong, caring, kind person that they are missing out on. And that they really don't have anybody else to blame at this time but you, right? They really can't blame anyone for being in this situation except for you. It's really, really as simple as that. Really it is. So ultimately you are on their mind, and they really just feel like you're such a strong person, you're so patient, so kind, so caring, you stood up for yourself, you know what you want, you know how you want to be treated, and they are starting to see you as a very powerful person, especially with the King of Pentacles. They're starting to realize that truly everything that their soul wanted was everything that you could have given them, and they're starting to realize that they were chasing the wrong things, right? So they are seeing here that yes, they've made a mistake and they should have never gone, in that direction, because going in the opposite direction has not given them what they wanted. In fact, it's further revealed to them what they're missing out on. And I think that just goes to show that you're in a place of power. Okay, so let's just have a look at these Eternal Messages cards. Message cards. Messages cards? Message cards. Okay. Ooh, look. I act happy, but I'm not, right? They thought they could just move on. It wasn't exactly how they felt though, was it? Because they thought they could move on, everything would be fine. It's definitely not. And look, even on social media, they might pretend and kind of showcase that they're really happy, that life is great, it's amazing, everything's going good. But actually, deep down, it's really not good. It's not happiness, it's not fulfillment, it's not joy, it's not excitement. It's a challenge, a very big challenge. They're sort of like, they have this ego, which I feel is one of the reasons why they just find it so hard, to like properly be progressive, because it's like their ego kind of stops them, and they just feel like, oh, I thought I could just move on and forget about this, and it's almost like they realize that that's not really the way it works. Okay, so I have another card here. I do want us to be in a relationship. So they have been thinking about how they can progress things with you. You see this? Very triggering energy. This is the kind of trigger that makes them come forward towards you, that makes them want to progress things with you. And I really feel like I do see a return. Okay, so I think that's really, really important to keep in mind, is that I really do see a return from this person. I very much so do see them progressing things with you, moving things along with you, and trying to basically allow things to come together as well with you. So again, that's another really, really powerful energy that we are picking up on, where they do want things to move forward, and they also feel like it's very important that it should as well. So that's another thing that we also do pick up on really strongly. So they want to be with you. Oh, sorry, wrong deck. Shuffling those ones again. This is another deck. Don't ever change who you are. Okay, so you're not the problem. You're not the problem. How they handled things was the problem, and they're starting to realize that how I handled things was incorrect. I should have been so much more proactive, so much more productive. I should have been so much more protective of the connection, instead of just thinking about myself and my ego. I should have really thought about, why I'm feeling this way, what my trauma is, and I should have tried to heal it without thinking that you were the problem. For many of you, they felt like you were the problem, and they thought that by sort of getting rid of that they could easily solve their problems, their life would be happy, they would be so much better off. What they've realised is that you were never the problem, and that by getting rid of you, it hasn't actually done anything but make their problems worse, and made them realise that actually you were the factor that made them feel better. And what they're now realising is that, oh no, like I thought that was a whole deal where I felt like this, but actually it's not. It's because I need to work on myself. And so basically now they're starting to realise that it was never you to begin with. They're feeling ashamed and embarrassed. It's very triggering. They are trying to act happy when they're absolutely not. That's a result of their ego. And essentially they do want the two of you to be together. They're now realising your worth, and essentially the swords are being shown to them one by one in regards to the trauma that they were sweeping under the rug. Okay, it's very big energy here. See, I should have listened to you. Alright, they're recognising that you were right all along, and that they just had this really stubborn ego where they just didn't want to listen. They wanted to do what they wanted to do, and it was either their way or the highway. And ultimately, very, very powerful energy where they're starting to realize, like, oh, I should not have acted like that, you know? I should not have said that. I should not have done that. That was really, really wrong of me to do so. Very, very bad of me to do so. And I just feel here that there's just such a significant energy which sort of points, you know, in that direction. So I feel like the most vital and most crucial thing here is definitely the fact that, I mean, you know, ultimately it just goes to point that they really do care. You know, I want to say that, like, I really do believe that they do care about you. And they'll come to you because they're super, super triggered, but also, you know, let them work hard. You know, give them that opportunity to prove things to you. I fear being alone, right? Because they've realized that they just don't like anyone else but you. And they're also recognizing that, like, if they don't like anyone else and they don't want to be with anyone else but you, that they'll probably end up being alone because it's not going to make them happy otherwise. So these are realizations that have really just started. These realizations will also come into their mind more and more as time goes by. It really is a process, like I mentioned as well. And ultimately, the best thing you can do is you know, let them come to you. Like, focus on you, take care of you, do you, you know, and let them come to you because they have everything to sort of like prove to you. Quite a similar reading, I would say, to sort of group number one, just, you know, in case some of you were like deciding between 1 and 2. Very similar, actually. But I'd say with this one, they are absolutely certain of the fact that this is not you, this is them, making some of these decisions, which have obviously not been right and correct on their behalf, and how they've been feeling. So it's one of those things, but that is what we're seeing. You're absolutely on their mind. They know that if they are wanting stability, that they are just pointed in your direction, you know, and pointing in your direction. They know that if they're running from themselves and they don't want stability, that they are where they want to be, but they don't want to be in that place, you know. Let's get some more tarot cards. Ooh, hold on a second. Here we go. So we have the 9 of Swords, okay. Look, they have nightmares about this, and they also get a lot of dreams which are very triggering. I feel like they get a lot of dreams where they are sort of being shown that they are alone and that they don't have love and nobody loves them, which I think is really interesting because I feel like part of this is their trauma as well. As a child, they may have felt super invisible, unheard, unseen, and essentially, like, a lot of their trauma is being unveiled through this kind of energy, and they're also recognizing that you were the one person that would have been there through all of that, and that they basically stuffed it up, I want to say. Okay, and then High Priestess. They know that you're strong-willed, you know, that you have a strong character, that you're a good person, that you're kind and caring and very, very, well, sharing. And they know that they really, really mess things up by running in the opposite direction from you. And I think that that really gets to them. It really upsets them, and it also frustrates them because they know that they could have done things so much better and been so much more progressive towards you. And ultimately, they just didn't do that. You know what I mean? It's sad. It's really sad because I feel like they could have definitely been so much more progressive, and they just really thought they were right. I mean, it happens, you know. I'm sure there are decisions you made as well where you thought you were right, but I'm not emotionally invalidating your feelings. It's not nice to be treated like this, you know. Okay, so we have here the 8 of Pentacles. Now, the 8 of Pentacles represents here the fact that they do want to work towards this, and they are thinking about the plan and the action that they can take towards you to make things work and to make things progress and to really allow things to move in the right direction. So that is something that we are seeing. So it is a process. It's not perhaps the easiest thing in the entire world, but it does show that there is a way to this. There is a pathway that they feel to make things happen, make things work. I'm just going to take my jacket off because it's so hot in here. Alright, so yeah, I just feel here that they have a lot of fear. You know, they act happy, but they're not. They, you know, they are really, really triggered by their ego. They feel frustrated, overwhelmed, upset. You know, they just feel really, really not good. And I think that they are hoping that you will accept their apology, and that's your choice if you want to or not. If you don't want to, completely your choice. Okay, you don't have to. Like, I'm not saying you have to at all. You know, that's your choice whether you want to or not. But I'm just saying that be prepared that they can come to you to with an apology. They can be coming towards you, you know, wanting to make things work, and also not necessarily blaming you. So, you know, because they recognize that it's really on them. So, group number 2, that is your reading. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to, like and subscribe, but also to check out the description box below, since I do a giveaway every single month. If you would like to purchase a private paid reading, information will be down below as well. Free reading giveaway, intention items, which are on Etsy, including the handmade bracelets as well. Definitely do check those out. And of course, there's also crystals on there too. But yeah, everything's listed down below for your convenience, and definitely do take care, everyone. Alright, so now we're going to move to group number 3. So let's take away all of these cards. Okay. Alright, group number 3, this is your reading for Are You on Their Mind? Are they thinking about you? If so, what are they thinking about you? We will have a look and see with tarot and message cards. Okay, so I have got here the white crystal, which you've chosen, and also the bracelet combination with the colours. Of course, this is linked down below if you'd like to purchase it. It is handmade by me and then meditated with and saged for love. So, different intentions. So do check that out if you're interested. Let's put it there. I'm also wearing one as well, which is this red one. Alright, so let's have a look with tarot. Are you on their mind? 2 of Wands. Seems like they've got a lot on their minds, actually. You know, this is really about them having their mind on many different things out there in the world. They keep kind of getting stuck in here. Okay, they came out in such a random way. Like, sometimes the cards like just jump out really effortlessly. These ones sort of kind of kept getting a little bit trapped inside the deck as well. It was like a start, stop kind of energy. They weren't so smooth, which I think can tell you a lot about what is going on in their mind. We've got the Tower here, which is Mars energy. We've got Magician, which is Mercury energy. We've got the 6 of Cups, which is nostalgia. And guess what? Memories. Okay, that's interesting. Got a lot of like residue from the crystals, which end up scratching the cards. That's why I'm just trying to like move it out of the way. Chariot and the Ace of... Do you hear that sound? That's like the residue from the crystals. Okay, so Ace of Swords. Right, so the 2 of Wands here shows they've got a lot on their mind. There is a lot running through their mind. They are thinking in a million different directions, and they are very, very occupied by like a lot of things going on. There's like a lot of distractions. They are working really hard. They've got a lot going on. They're really thinking in so many different ways, and I think that I just feel here that they're super, super busy, very occupied with a lot of things happening, and that's really just the main focus that is happening here. I think that also, look, you are on their mind, but I also feel here with the 6 of Swords is that they're trying to sort out some kind of family issues and money issues and career issues, and they're really just very, very focused on so many aspects, which is why, you know, you are on their mind, but I also feel like there's so many other things taking up their mind as well. So that's something I see. The Tower also does go to show as well that they just feel very out of control right now. They feel like everything is not working out the way that they want it to. They feel like they're not ready. They feel like they're sort of having to escape certain things because they just feel like it's too much pressure, too much intensity. Again, that they're not ready for these particular things, and they just feel like, oh my gosh, I can't handle this, so I better escape or I must run away. And so if they have run away from you and sort of just like really left things very abruptly, it makes a lot of sense because they've just felt like, oh my god, I have responsibilities here and there and here and there and everywhere. I can't handle it all. And so there's definitely this energy here of them not quite being able to handle everything, and definitely not being able to understand everything, which is also another like really big thing. Big energy, very big energy actually. So the Magician's quite powerful because the Magician here literally does showcase a very, very strong energy, which is to do with the fact that they have thought about communicating with you. So, for example, if the two of you don't have any kind of communication, they have thought about communicating, because from time to time, I feel especially in their dreams, because we have got the Star here, they do have nostalgia and memories based on the things that the two of you did together or the things that you said to one another. Those are things that come up very, very clearly very often, which is interesting, between you and them. So they do think about the things that you've said, they do think about the things that you did, and it really does trigger them because they think to themselves like, whoa, that was a good time, that was a good memory, you know. And when they are by themselves, they do think about these really good memories, and sometimes they do feel like they're running away and they feel helpless as well. So before I go any further into the other cards that I haven't read yet, let's just have a look at the eternal messages as well to see how that sort of stacks up against what I just said. And actually, let's go with these Mercury Realms Edition 2 cards. Ooh, look at this. Oh wow, we've got a lot of cards here. These two are significant though. I feel stupid. I want to apologise. I love you. You do know best. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm always reminded of you. Some people don't want to see us together, but I don't care. Okay, so there could have been like perhaps some family conflict in this situation, or they might just be thinking that in their mind, you know, that maybe your family wouldn't want the two of you to be together if they find out how they've treated you, you know. Even if you haven't necessarily told them, you know, they might be like, oh, well, maybe you have, and, you know, that kind of scares them in many ways. Like, what if, you know, you have, and they recognize that, oh my gosh, you've treated this person so badly, they might think to themselves, well, yeah, some people don't want us to be together, so we better not, you know, because they do feel ashamed of how they've treated you, and they know that if other people know that, they will feel even worse. And yeah, you may know that there are certain people that perhaps don't want this to happen. You know, there could be literally people around you who have told you, like, maybe this is not a good idea. So just keep that in mind as well. But also on their side, that's something that they feel very heavily. I was in denial. Okay, so yeah, I mean, they ran away from what I'm seeing in a not so great way. Distanced themselves. Not exactly the most proactive towards you. Yeah, definitely kind of going in the opposite direction and not really giving you what you truly, truly need, which is obviously quite significant here as well. So they do feel very ridiculous, not gonna lie. They do feel very, very ridiculous. They feel stupid for how they treated you. They're starting to have a lot of nostalgia, okay, with the Six of Cups. Those memories are coming to the surface. They can't seem to escape a lot of those memories or run away from a lot of those memories, and they're starting to realize that you really do know best, that you are super kind, caring, respectful, understanding, proactive, and they're starting to realize that actually, do you know what, instead of running away from you, I should probably be coming towards you to protect this connection, because who knows, you know, what happens next. So essentially, they want to make things work. right? And it's your choice if you want to make things work. If you don't want to make things work, you don't have to. Okay, I feel that many of you do have options and choices, which means that this is not the only person out there for you, which is very important to know. Very, very important to know. And I think that because of that, I think that it's really, really important that you do take care of yourself and you do put yourself first and you do look after yourself as well, you know? Very, very important to do that. So basically, moral of the story here is that they are thinking about you and you are very heavily on their mind. They are also thinking about a lot of other things, but they can't help but still think about you and still think about what happened and why it happened. They are holding themselves responsible, but at times, you know, they feel super burdened with so many other things going on that they can't fully take action towards this connection straight away because they want to be able to give this connection their full time. But they also feel like time is running out, you know, that they can't take forever trying to figure out this entire connection because, you know, what if it's too late by the time they actually do properly make something happen? What if by then, you know, you've kind of just moved on and moved forward? So that's a concern I think that they have as well, which is obviously very, very significant. You know, so that's another thing as well. But they really, really do care about you. And I think the biggest thing that we've also learnt here is that they do love you. Yes, we just dropped the album. But hey, look, they also are recognizing that you truly do know best. You know, and because of that energy, they know that they can't fault you. And so ultimately, if you've ever felt like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake, I shouldn't have said this or done that or been like this, it's not really your fault, right? You did the best that you could in the best way that you could, and you tried to do the most that you could, basically. You know, so I really don't feel like it's your fault. And I think that's really, really important. Really important. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. I think that how they handled things was wrong. You know, so that's really important actually to keep in mind. It's them and what they did, not you and not what you did. Okay, because they know. See, it says here, you do know best. Right? They want to apologize. They feel stupid. So in that moment, if you felt like, oh my God, everything that I said, I shouldn't have said that, like maybe that could have saved the connection. You know what? Sometimes you feel like that in the moment, but it has to be said because at some point, you know, you would have said the things that you said or did the things that you did because that's in your nature. And they just have to learn and basically do a little bit better. They should have tried more. They should have done more. You know, it's not always up to you to fix things. A connection takes two sides to work, and they should have also been super proactive to also make things work. You know what I mean? Like, it's not always your responsibility to do everything, which is really, really important. Okay, so they are very much so reminded of you a lot because they do dream about you, and I feel like they see signs and synchronicities. So they could be, you know, opening up a magazine and they feel like something reminds them of you. Again, it's all to do with nostalgia, and nostalgia really does keep them from moving forward, which I think is interesting, okay? Which is why when they think about moving forward, they think about coming towards you and communicating. You know, I feel like they've had some epiphanies as well, which are to do with the fact that they really don't want to move forward from you, you know, and that they should have acted so much better towards you. They should have been much more progressive towards you, kinder towards you, caring towards you, and that they, you know, they didn't do that. So that's really part of their, you know, part of their problem. So it's one of those things, really is. Kind of sad, you know, but I guess it goes to show that they do really, really care about you. It's just, it had to happen this way so that they could learn. You know how sometimes people have to learn lessons to understand why things have happened? I feel like that's very much so the case here. Like they had to learn this the hard way in order to recognize that they really just can't like treat you like this. That you deserve to be treated with so much more respect. You deserve to be like fought for, you know? And not just kind of left to kind of save the connection yourself, which is quite important, you know, obviously. So, are you on their mind? Absolutely, you are. You know, they're starting to realise like how they ran away and how they separated themselves and have been hot and cold towards you has just been wrong, you know, that's not really how you do things, that's how you lose things. That being consistent is essentially the most important thing in any connection, and they just didn't treat you right. They should have done a lot better, and they did not do better, you know, so then there's that whole aspect of things as well, which I think is really, really vital. And so, yeah, that's really basically what we are seeing here, in so many ways. Really, really important. So, yeah, that is what we have got here. And that is also what we do have. So I really hope that this gave you clarity, you know, and I really hope that it helps you. And sorry, I'm losing my voice. Really hope it helps you. So don't forget to like this video if it resonated with you. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on my website if you haven't already. Do check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on my website as well. Definitely do check those out. For example, the bracelets as well. If you're interested, they are down below. So yeah, that is what we have for you. So I really hope that helps, and do take care. Alright, so now we go to the final group. Let's have a look and see. Alright. Hi, group number 4, this is your reading for are you on their mind? And if so, like, what are they thinking about? What's going on? You know, are they thinking about you? So we will definitely have a look and see what is coming through and what messages I can give to you. So you have chosen this pile with this beautiful blue crystal and also this accompanying bracelet color combination. This is available on my website if you're interested. It's a tie bracelet. Okay. Of course, you can wear this whether you're male or female. Just thought, you know, I'd mention that as well. Everything is genderless, basically. Okay, so let's have a look and see. All right, so I've got tarot here. Let's see if that you are on their mind. Ooh, sorry about that. Sometimes when the cards like hit the table at an angle, when there's quite a few of them, they do really make a loud impact noise. So I genuinely apologise about that. Okay, so are you on their mind? I feel like they were in denial. They were in denial before, and now they can't escape their denial. Nobody wants to hear me sing, so I will stop. Right, so you can see here a struggle, a big active struggle in their mind, right? They have felt very, 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 very overwhelmed. And I'm going to get some message cards out as well in just a second, but ultimately they have been really struggling with their emotions. The Two of Swords here shows that at one point they didn't even really know what they were doing, and I think that that really does go to show that you're on their mind more now than ever before, because at that time they had no idea what they were doing. They kind of just wanted to sort of get away from things, not really do anything, like move away from things, you know. And I think that what also happened as well is that they were super unsure about what they were doing, and because of that energy, you know, at times they didn't really know like how to kind of progress out of that energy, and they just felt like, oh my god, this is too much, I can't handle this, it's, you know, a lot for me to deal with. And I think that because of that, what did end up happening is the fact that Judgment here shows that now they're super triggered, like they cannot get away from you, and they are seeing so much that reminds them of you. which is interesting because I feel like your energies have grown stronger. You may not feel stronger, but your energies have grown stronger. Okay, so the Knight of Wands here shows that they have very clear attraction towards you. They're thinking about how beautiful you are, whether you're male or female. They're thinking about your looks. They're thinking about, you know, how kind and caring and how mutual as a human being you are. And with Judgment, they cannot stop thinking about you. They're thinking about just how wonderful of a human being you are. And also with the Seven of Wands as well, they just do think of you as someone who's so kind, so caring, so productive, and so mutual. And they're starting to think like, oh my goodness, like I can't run away. You know, and I think that's really, really vital and very, very crucial. And very significant as well. So I just feel like the energies here are super, super significant and very, very powerful as well. So basically, moral of the story here is that they are starting to realise that you did not really do anything wrong, that a lot of this was on their side and that they should have acted much, much better towards you, been much more proactive towards you, much stronger towards you, and they just failed to basically do that. So then there is that. So ultimately, I feel here that one of the most significant things, one of the most important things is the fact that the Seven of Wands shows that they had some real inner struggles, and they still kind of do, where they sort of, they play kind of like hide and seek, where essentially you are on their mind and then they deny those particular feelings. You are on their mind, they deny it, but also that it's coming to light a lot more, so they find it harder and harder to basically run away or hide from this, because they realise that, oh my gosh, I actually cannot run and hide from this. Like, it's getting to a point where that just doesn't feel right. So with the Knight of Cups, that's about then coming towards you, even though that's more of a struggle, you know, like they do struggle to come towards you. They know that actually, you know what, that is the right thing to do, and I probably should be coming towards you, not actually running away. So then there's that as well. Okay, so let's have a look at these message cards. I want to dedicate a song to you. Isn't it kind of funny how I was sort of singing at the beginning of this group reading, which I didn't do at the beginning of any of the group readings or in any of the other group readings? That's strange and interesting, okay? So it can be that there's a certain song that reminds you of the connection that the two of you have, or a certain song that they really like that maybe they've shared with you in the past, which I think is really interesting, okay? So just something to keep in mind. We have here social media requests. So if you do have social media, they may like unblock you, or they may try and get in contact with you through some kind of social media platform or site or app. I hold back because I don't want to be rejected, which I think is interesting, because they do have a lot of struggles coming forward. I definitely feel like they don't want to be rejected by you, and that is a struggle. But also in many ways that some of you may have been rejected by this person. You might be thinking, really, the irony of that is just ridiculous, because they actually went against me. So how are they now thinking, that? But I feel like this person has abandonment issues, where they'll abandon someone first before that they would give that person a chance to abandon them. So then there is that for sure, which is obviously a huge issue, that they do have, which is sad. We wish this person lots of healing, but yeah. It's sad. It's sad when people have these kinds of, wounds deep within themselves. But, yeah, they got to heal. They got to heal for themselves, It's like nothing you can necessarily do to make them heal. Will they come forward? Yes, I feel so. You really have been by my side. I see that. I do cherish you for that. And then we got this one. I'm so attracted to you, you don't know what you do to me. We did talk about attraction as well, like physical attraction, which is interesting. So that was something, of course, that did very much so come through on the cards, which is obviously super, super significant. So yeah, very, very important, very vital energies, and very powerful as well, because that really, really does go to show that there's a very, very powerful energy here towards them thinking about you. So you are absolutely on their mind. And I feel here that there's going to be something in regards to social media where, you know, they may have been in hiding, they may have shown that they don't really care, but trust me, when it comes to light, it will all come to light and you'll be like, what? Like, I didn't realize it was to this extent. Because they're finding it harder and harder to stay in hiding or to stay away from this connection. It's just something that they can't keep running away from. You know, they just feel like I can't keep running away from this. It's not normal for me to keep running away from this. It's not going to make me feel better. It's not going to make me feel happier. Why am I doing this to myself? You know, so there is that energy as well where they just feel like they can't keep running away. They can't keep moving away. Like, it's not making them feel good. It's not making them feel happy. And so they're thinking, you know, if that's the case, then what more do I do? You know? And it's true. What more does one do? I mean, it's true, right? So then there's that whole aspect of things, which is really vital and very crucial. Yeah, and really significant too. So that is basically what we have got here. I will definitely say that they really do appreciate you, right? They're starting to appreciate you more and more. They're starting to appreciate all the things that you did for them more and more and more and more and more as time goes by. They are understanding that you just have absolutely been there for them, even if they haven't been there for you. And I think that that's a real moment of appreciation. I think that, yes, it's a little bit selfish that they do hold back because they don't want to be rejected, because for some of you, they've been the ones rejecting you. And I think that that just goes to show here that they really do protect themselves with their ego, and that ultimately they still do put themselves first in many, many ways. But I feel like some of them will be absolutely triggered to come towards you regardless, you know, of how triggered they have been as well, which I think is just really, really important, and very, very vital as well. So, you know, again, that's a very, very important thing to mention as well. So the best thing you really can do is look after you, take care of yourself, and just let them naturally come towards you, because they have challenges, fear of rejection and abandonment, which has to be worked on by themselves, right? And then naturally they come towards you. So that's a very, very important aspect and, of course, prospect to everything that we see here, you know, which is just really, really vital and very, very crucial. So that is, of course, something that we are absolutely picking up on, you know, in the reading itself. So yeah, that is basically what we do have here. So I definitely do hope that this, you know, really helps you and gives you lots and lots of clarity, because it is a bit more challenging and a bit more difficult, you know, to kind of understand like why things are like this when sometimes they don't need to be. But, you know, so that's the thing, is that sometimes people just don't understand things so easily. They have trauma, they have difficulties understanding things until they learn lessons, you know, and some people have to like see things to believe it, or to like live through certain situations to understand what it meant in the first place, which is sad, but, you know, it's one of those things. Well, I guess so that they don't also make those kinds of mistakes again, which is important. So, yeah, they do really find you very attractive, not just your body, but also your mind and your soul. And they do really find that you're very progressive and kind and caring, and they're so attracted to you, you know, like, you don't know what you do to me. You really have been by my side. I see that. I do cherish you for that. So that energy is really strong towards you and very powerful towards you as well. It's just that they do struggle a lot internally and in general, you know. So it's one of those things, but they really do care about you. They really are towards you rather than against you, which is also very important as well. And I think that it just goes to show that they don't want to like run away from you or hide from you. They want to be towards you. They want to be progressive towards you, which is very, very important as well. So you know, that is absolutely what we are seeing here, which is, yeah, super, super significant. So this is your reading group number 4. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on my website. Definitely do check out the description box below, and of course everything is listed down below for your convenience as well, and I hope that you really do take care as well. Bye!